Good morning, everyone. We are continuing this week making our sweetbreads, our quick breads, and muffins for our little lady's lunch tomorrow. And so I had started this video, and sadly I had so many phone call interruptions and so many interruptions, I had to start it again. I'm so very sorry. So we're going to kind of come in the middle, but we're not too far behind. I want you to know what I did was I had two sticks of butter, and that's what's in my mixing bowl. And my butter I had taken out a little while ago, well, maybe 2 hours ago, but it was still a little firm. So I put both 2 sticks of butter in here. I put it in the microwave for only 10 seconds because I just wanted to have a little push to it, a little give to it. And so I did that, put that in here. And to those 2 sticks of butter, I added 2 cups of sugar, and then I creamed them. So that's nice and creamed together. And I put my, I'm always telling you that we do our dry ingredients first and put them separately. So here in this bowl, I have 4 cups of flour, and you know how I measure my flour. I've shown you this before, but just in case it's new, I will show others, because that's my flour is back here, but I'll show you what I've already done. I put it in my cup, and I heap it up over the top. Then I take, whichever happened to my knife, I take a knife, the flat edge of a knife. I have you closer because we are further along. And I tap it on the side, and I rake it across the top with the flat side of my knife, level it off, and that's my 1 cup. And then I just, of course, poofed it out. But that is also why I tell you, to this I added our baking soda, which is our only other dry ingredient. And I always take a whisk and turn it in there because it gets any lumps that we might have, but it also mixes in whatever you have, whether you have salt, baking powder, soda, and there then it's not on the top anymore. So excuse me, I'm sorry, I had a frog in my throat. So now where we are is we are adding 2 eggs. So I have this nice and creamed. I'm going to get it going again. And as always, I'm going to tell you that we add our eggs one at a time. So we let them get to where they're, I'll put 1 in and let the egg yolk break and ribbon in there and get mixed in. I'm going to turn this mixer up just a little bit so we can get it mixed in a little bit better. There we go. And then I'll put my second one in. Let that get mixed in. Turn it up just a scooch to let it get all mixed in good. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to drop that now. I'm going to pull down the sides and get it off the beater, just so that we get everything good and mixed in. And actually, I think I probably will let that go just a few more seconds, because you want to make sure that you don't have any, that your sugar's not real grainy, so that you got it really good and blended in there. And I didn't really mix that long, so just for a second. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my flour and my buttermilk. I've got 2 cups of buttermilk. Don't know if we did that before I had to stop and start over again or not. And if you don't, what I was saying is, if you don't have, 2 things about buttermilk. If you don't have buttermilk and a recipe calls for it, go online, because I don't know it quite off the top of my head, but you can make buttermilk, or you can make the substitution for baking. And it's like 1 cup of milk and 1 tablespoon of vinegar, white vinegar. I do believe that's what it is, but I'm not sure. But so don't let, if it's calling for buttermilk and you don't have any, don't let that stop you, because there is a way to a simple way with something that's probably in your fridge. The second thing is, and of course I have had this out because I like it to be a little, I don't like it to be cold from the refrigerator. But whenever you do have buttermilk, you make sure you give it a good shake, because the solids in it will go to the bottom. So give it a good shake. So I've got my buttermilk here. So I'm going to add, let's turn this just a few seconds. And I'm going to alternately add my flour and buttermilk, just because it'll help it to incorporate evenly. And so I'm going to use about, because I've got 4 cups in here. So let's do a little of that. I mean, there's no magic number to it, just so that you're kind of adding it alternately. Can you see in there? It's more important for you to see this than it is for you to see me. This is such a good bread. And actually, I'm not doing it, but you can put a streusel top on the top of it too, and that makes it very good. But it will have a cinnamon line in it. We're gonna do some cinnamon sugar and put a little line of cinnamon in there. Cinnamon sugar, I should say. And it's just until it gets incorporated before you add the next little round of it. And I think we can go all the way now. But if you've paid any attention and seen my poofs all over the place, you can understand why it is a really good idea to, well, aside from the fact that you are kind of sifting when you use that whisk in your flour, but you're also mixing it down so nothing's on the top that will be poofed out when you do something like this. So let's get that. And while that's doing that, let's put together our cinnamon sugar for the middle of the bread. So what that is, it wants us to mix 2/3 of a cup of, two-thirds of a cup of sugar. So I have 1/3. So I'll just use it twice. And I'm going to put it in this little bowl. 1. And again, I'll level it off with my trusty knife. 2. Teaspoon of cinnamon. Or I'm sorry, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. I forgot I'm making 2 loaves. 1, 2. I'm going to use my whisk again. I don't know if it's a good plan or not. This is not a very big bowl. I should have had a bigger bowl. But it's working. And just mix it in there good. To tell you the honest truth, I do not like that in that little bowl. I want to get a better mix on it. So I'm going to put it in this bigger bowl. See all that stuff that was at the bottom? There we go. Much better, much better, much better. Get that cinnamon and sugar mixed in there well. Okay, so you're done. Ooh, and you look creamy and delicious. Look at here, look at here, look at here. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take a 9x5 loaf pan, and we're going to use my Aldi spray and spray it on the sides and on the bottom. And then I always use parchment paper because I like to be able to lift it out. It just makes life so much easier. I don't make it go to end. I just, because I don't want it to go up on the ends, I just cut it so that it lays flat in the bottom. And I've got 2. So let's get this out of here so I can show you at least one of them. Let's get get this thing out of here. It'd be easier if I just take this out. There we go. I know it always looks like I'm so cramped in here, and I'm sorry about that. But in order to get everything in the shot, and plus I'm cooking, I'm making another, we're gonna have a couple of videos today. I'm doing this one, and then I'm doing one for Mexican lasagna because I'm feeding some college kids tonight, and I'm also gonna have one for cheese dip. So there's gonna be a couple, and so because of that, my countertops are filled with stuff. So put this over here, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna put batter in this, my loaf pan. Can you see that? No, you cannot. Hold on, I'll get you there. Back you back up again. Here we go. Let's put some batter in this loaf pan. And I just really, because I'm going to divide it really into kind of four pieces, because I want that down there, because I'm making 2 loaves. Here's my other loaf pan. Parchment. And put some more batter in here. I think I need to divvy up my batter a little better. Okay. Here we go. Actually, I'm going to scoop some of this. Rub from Peter to pay Paul. You know how that works. Just a little bit. Here we go. Can you see all this that I'm doing? So now, where's my cinnamon sugar? I hate it when I do this. Here it is. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this and I'm going to sprinkle it all in the middle of this cinnamon bread. And over here, can you see the second one? Just be as liberal as you please. And a little bit more over here. I am going to take a knife and I'm going to swirl this. If you can see what I'm doing, I'm just swirling it around. Can you see this? I'm just taking a sharp knife and swirling it down into the batter. That's all I'm doing. So now I'm going to take the rest of this batter, try to break it up between the two, kind of do it this way. Can you tell I'm concentrating? I have no dialogue going on here. Sorry about that. I'm telling you, sometimes when you're on camera doing these things, it's like, it's never this hard when you're not trying to show someone how to do it. Okay, and you want it to be, you know, come out perfect and all that, you know. It doesn't always happen that way. But that's okay, that's okay. It'll taste good, I promise you. So, All right. So now I'm going to kind of spread this out, and I'm going to put the rest of that cinnamon over it. Just kind of spread it out, you know, just so that it just kind of covers the top as best you can. Here we go. I'm getting there. Hang in there with me. Put a little bit too much in the bottom of this one. Go figure. It'll be fine though. All right. Okay. Now the rest of our cinnamon sugar, which I perpetually lose, over the top. Oh, this is so good. You know, we were having a debate, my sisters and I, on which is the best, chocolate or fruit cake, fruit desserts or chocolate. Well, we have a firm chocoholic amongst us, and she's all for the chocolate. And I'm telling you, I do like fruit, especially morning breakfast ones. Okay, so now we're going to go back with our knife, and we're going to swirl this again. Just swirl down into the batter. Swirl. Here we go. And that's it. And it's going to go into the oven. It's a 350 degree oven for 45 to 50 minutes. Again, I'm going to end this video, and there will be a still shot of the finished product at Kiki's Kitchen on Facebook. I haven't figured out yet how to put a still on YouTube. Don't know if I can or if I can't. But I will show you, and then I will also on Kiki's Kitchen, I will probably actually make a video of the ladies' lunch so that at least I can show you the finished products in a video form from my table setup. So I will be back later today, again, making a cheese dip and a Mexican lasagna. If you're interested, I'm here. Join me. Have a great day.